For these problems, you're going to show the partial products using the Windowpane method. A partial product is just one part of a multiplication answer in a multi-digit problem. And the Windowpane method is just a popular way of showing the partial products. So let's look at some examples. For number 1, you see 867 times 3. Since this is a 3-digit number, we're going to have 3 squares to show our partial products. Above each square, you're going to write the value of the digit that corresponds with it. So the 8 has a value of 800. A 6 has a value of 60, and a 7 has a value of 7. Now your multiplier is going to go at the front of the row, and you're going to write the value of the multiplier right here. And now inside of each box, you're going to multiply the number that is straight above and all the way across. So here we see 800 times 3. I'm going to use the I Spy method and do 8 times 3, which is 24, and then add my 2 zeros. In this box, we're going to look up to the 60 and all the way over to the 3. So I'm going to do I Spy 6 times 3, which is 18, with 1 zero. And in this one, I just need to do 7 times 3, which is 21. So the partial products of 867 times 3 are 2,400, 180, and 21. So let's look at another problem, but this one's different because it's a 2-digit by a 2-digit number. So let's look how you would do that. You would start the same way by making 2 squares. Above the first square, you're going to write the value for the tens place, 200. In this square, you're going to write the value of the 6. But we see this is a 2-digit number, so we're actually going to need 2 stacks of squares. When you see this type of problem, you can see why it's called the Windowpane method. And now you have 2 stacks. So on the first stack, the top stack, you're going to write the value of your first digit in the multiplier. So the value of the 3 in this number is actually 30. And on the bottom stack, you're going to write the value of the other digit. So the value of the 5 is 5. Now inside of each box, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to look all the way up and all the way over and multiply those two numbers. So here I see 200 times 30. I spy 2 times 3, which is 6, with 3 zeros. In this one, you're going to look all the way up to the 6 and all the way over to the 30. So we have 6 times 30. I spy 6 times 3, which is 18, with 1 zero. In this box, we're going to look all the way up to the 200 and all the way over to the 5. So we're going to multiply 200 times 5. I spy 2 times 5, which is 10, and then I'm going to add my other 2 zeros. And in this one, I see 6 times 5. If I look all the way up, I see 6. If I look all the way over, I see 5. So I'm going to multiply 6 times 5, which is 30. Let's do one more. So this time I see a 3-digit by a 2-digit. So that means I'm going to need 3 squares. And I'm going to need 2 stacks. Above each of the squares, I'm going to write the value. So the value of the 2 is 200. The value of the 5 is 50. And the value of the other 5 is 5. Now at the beginning of each stack, I'm going to write the values of the multiplier. So the value of the 4 is 40, and the value of the 2 is 2. And now in each square, I'm just going to multiply the numbers that are all the way up and all the way over. So on this square, I have 200 times 40. I spy 2 times 4, which is 8, and then add back my 3 zeros. On this one, I'm going to look all the way up to the 50 and all the way over to the 40. So I need to multiply 50 times 40. I spy 5 times 4, which is 20, and then with 2 zeros. In this square, I'm going to multiply 5 times 40. In this square, I'm going to multiply 200 times 2. In this square, I'm going to multiply 50 times 2. In this square, I'm going to multiply 5 times 2. So all of these numbers in each of the squares are the partial products that represent 255 times 42. Now you try some on your own, and if you need help, you can come back and rewatch the video. Good luck!